day. This is today's flight, 14th July 2023. Departed Jeddah to Bauchi with 346 Bauchi pilgrims and one official. There is also a jump here. It's to flight number 52. Flynas departed Jeddah to Maiduguri with 387 Yobe pilgrims. So for now, this is the much update we have concerning flight operations. However, there are other news that has to do with the Hajj operations of this year, and it concerns our pilgrims who are over there in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And let's start from the one that concerns National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, because we have news here that says State Pilgrims Board Chairman on solidarity visit to National Hajj Commission of Nigeria CEO in Mecca. They said they were at the NACOM office on solidarity visit and to express their support and appreciation to the commission on the ongoing inbound airlift and the 2023 Hajj operations in general. Some chairmen and executive secretaries of State Pilgrims Welfare Boards on yesterday paid a solidarity visit to the chairman CEO of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Alhaji Zikirullah Kulle Hassan. Those on the visit to NACOM's office in Makkah included the executive secretary of Nasarawa, Kaduna, Enugu, Adamawa, and chairman of Bayelsa, director general for Kano, and executive director of the Federal Capital Territory. They said they were at the NACON office on solidarity visit and to express their support and appreciation to the commission on the ongoing inbound airlifts and the 2023 Hajj operations in general. Talking about Hajj operations, and there is this information that was contained on the Punch newspaper early today. Reps to probe Hajj pilgrims' alleged maltreatment. I'm sure on this platform we were able to give detailed update on the agitation by Nigerian pilgrims, just like we promised before we started this program. As the information drops, we bring it to you, where we were opportune to interact with some pilgrims who gave their own commendations and also made their views known on this platform. Let me go into the details of this particular news. The House of Representatives has ordered a detailed investigation into anomalies that characterized the trips of Nigerian Hajj pilgrims to Saudi Arabia this year. The order for a probe followed the adoption of a motion titled "Need to Investigate the Untold Hardship Faced by Nigerian Pilgrims at the recently concluded 2023 Hajj, sponsored by Honorable Ahmed Idris yesterday, Thursday. Giving the breakdown on Sunday in Mecca during the post-Arafat review session, the head of the Nigerian medical team for the pilgrimage, Dr. Usman Galadima, said 7 pilgrims died during the pre-Arafat period. He disclosed that 1 casualty was from Plateau State, 2 from Kaduna, 2 from Oshun, 1 from Borno, and another 1 from Yobe, while the Federal Capital Territory also has 1. Benue also with 1 casualty, while Lagos, same number, which is 1. And the House noted that a total of 95,000 Nigerians went for Hajj pilgrimage this year. Idris told the House that there were several public officials who had no tent and were made to sleep in unhealthy places and conditions. He said the agency mandated to cater to the pilgrims' affairs was not proactive in ameliorating the plight of Nigerian Hajj pilgrims. He went further to say, in his words, "We are aware that Nigerian pilgrims were subjected to untold hardship during the Hajj exercise from the inability of some airlines, such as Arik Air, to lift pilgrims due to lack of aircraft, lack of adequate tent accommodation in Mina, and standard tents with unhealthy living conditions and environment, lack of proper medical attention to pilgrims in cases of emergency, and lack of proper transportation logistics for Nigerian pilgrims. Nigerians being made to miss their flights due to stringent bottlenecks regarding withholding of their passports and inability to secure airport slots for Nigerian airline operators for lifting of Nigerian pilgrims from Saudi Arabia back to the country, and many others. VIP pilgrims were made to pay about $5,000 for VIP tent, and despite this exorbitant amount, pilgrims were stranded while others got tents of lesser value than what they paid for. He went further to say some of our operators perpetrated the worst form of unprofessionalism by failing to provide services promised to pilgrims in terms of accommodation, tent, feeding, or transportation. It is disturbing that there was the absence of emergency medical services for sick pilgrims in distress at Mina camp, as many distressed patients could not be attended to due to restrictions of ambulance access to the camp, he said. After adopting the motion, the House mandated the Committee on Pilgrims Affairs, when constituted, to conduct the investigation and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. It also mandated the Committee on Legislative Compliance, when constituted, to ensure implementation as well. All right, still with information that has to do with government role in terms of the safety and welfare of pilgrims in Saudi Arabia. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria allays pilgrims' fears, says suspension of Max Air domestic operations won't affect Hajj. All right. Yesterday there was this information that made the round about NCAA talking about Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority suspending a particular air carriers in Nigeria, to be precise, Max Air. And let me just go into details of this particular headline so that we save time. Hajj reporters report that the NCAA had on Thursday slammed the suspension on the Nigerian air-based carrier, causing fears among the pilgrims that are yet to be airlifted to Nigeria after concluding the 2023 Hajj. But in a statement by Musa Ubandawaki, Deputy Director of Information and Publications Division of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, said it is imperative to clarify that the suspension does not and will not affect the ongoing Hajj airlift operations in Saudi Arabia. The clarification, according to National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, became necessary to assuage and calm the pilgrims and relatives back at home that the suspension order is limited to their domestic air services, which does not affect their charter and international operations. National Hajj Commission of Nigeria explained that the clampdown was on the airline's Boeing 737 aircraft, which has been the crux of the NCAA audit query for some time, adding that the aircraft being used for airlifts of Nigerian pilgrims is not the same as the one on their domestic route. Therefore, the Commission wishes to assure all Nigerians, and the pilgrims in particular, that the ongoing airlift of Nigerian pilgrims will continue undisturbed, and that the airline will continue to utilize the slots allocated to it by the Saudi General Authority in Civil Aviation unhindered. And he concluded by saying, we want to thank all Nigerians and pilgrims for their patience and perseverance, and to assure of the Commission's commitment to airlift all Nigerian pilgrims to Nigeria in record time. All right, before we wrap up, I think let me quickly take this also. It's an update with Saudi Arabia announcing the start of the Umrah season from July 11. You may be wondering which visa you can apply for in order to perform Umrah. According to Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Hajj and Umrah, citizens and residents of the Gulf Operating Council GCC countries are now able to apply for an Umrah permit via the Nusuk or Tawakkalna application. All right, 5 Saudi visas that allow you to perform Umrah is what I want to take. Book a ticket through one of the Saudi Arabian airlines, Saudia or Flynas. Then you get a free transit visa, which allows you to stay in the country for up to 4 days and also perform Umrah. The visa has a validity of 3 months. This means that you can apply for the visa up to 90 days before you travel. According to Saudia, a free night stay will be offered along with your tickets. You will then be asked for details of where you wish to stop over. Saudi Arabia has 6 international airports, and depending on your itinerary, You will be given the options available and for how many days you wish to stay, with a maximum permitted stay of 4 days. Secondly, the e-visa for expatriate in Gulf Cooperation Council, that is the GCC countries. If you are an expatriate living in the UAE or in any of the GCC countries, you can apply for a Saudi e-visa regardless of your profession. You can apply for a multiple or single entry visa. All right, we may not be able to take all of the information because it's quite much due to time constraint, but inshallah tomorrow we will take a look at the information in detail so that we make you aware of what is happening and what it entails for you to have some of these opportunity and benefit that accrue to this information. Thank you for listening. This is Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, and you just listened to Salam Peace Magazine, Echoes of Hajj, a program that brings you detailed update of what is happening in Saudi Arabia concerning Nigeria pilgrims. Thank you for listening. My name is Aliu Doma. Until we come your way tomorrow, inshallah, with another